But the one stock that we really need to get our handle on is Mangalore Chemicals and Fertilizer. We'll do one thing. We have Varinder sitting by with us right now, so we're just going to go to him for a quick word on it, and then we're going to take a break and talk more about it.
Well, I have to just explain you, background for this for you to understand what does it mean. Remember, right now, the situation for Mangalore Chemicals, there is Zuari Fertilizers, which is Mr. Podar's company. Zuari Fertilizers owns 53% stake in the company. Of course, we all know that there was a huge spat between Deepak Fertilizers and Zuari, wherein later Zuari Fertilizers, bought Deepak Fertilizers' stake. So as of now, the thing stands, Zuari Fertilizers owns 53% stake in Mangalore Chemicals, and 22% stake is held by Mr. Malia, in his companies, various companies. So basically, Mangalore Chemicals is a company now which belonging to Zuari Fertilizers. Okay, the news what you are seeing is just something from out of AGM. So if you just see point number 9. In a point number 9, they have only mentioned that they have disapproved, which is the shareholders have disapproved transactions with Zuari Agro Chemicals. Now you have to go back to the postal ballot or to the annual report to understand what is that transactions, okay? The transactions which they say clearly that Zuari Fertilizers subsidiary, which is Zuari Agro Chemicals, they had proposed to enter into certain transactions or contracts or arrangements in ordinary course of business relating to purchase or sale of goods or rendering of services, office space, transaction of resources, sales and marketing of services. Now they're saying because the transactions what they were thinking of transact with this company, they are exceeding 10% of the annual turnover, and hence the shareholder nod was required. Bangalore Chemical shareholders are saying they have disapproved any of these transactions between the company, which is Mangalore Chemicals, and the promoter Zuari Fertilizers. As for me, there is nothing on the earth changes for Mangalore Chemicals. The promoter shareholding remains the same. 53% will be held by Zuari Chemicals, which is a listed entity. 22% by Malia. There is no relief. There is no money. There is nothing which will come to Mangalore Chemicals. Also, let me remind you, please, that Mangalore Chemicals, at one point of time used to trade at 90-95 rupees when that
spat between Mr. Malia, Mr. Podar and Mr. the Deepak Fertilizer was going on. This is. I have to also remind you that Mangalore Chemicals, there has been no good news which I've been hearing since last 6-12 months. The company has been involved, or Mangalore Chemicals investment in UB Group's firms have been under scanner. The latest we believed in the last 3 or 4 months. The board has also appointed Ernst & Young to do a forensic investigation into the 200 crore investment in the MCFL and into Bangalore Beverages. So the financially nothing changes. It's a small transaction which the people were, or Bangalore Chemicals was proposing to do with its parent company, which is Zuari Fertilizers.
And that has been disapproved by shareholders, that's all.
There is nothing changes. No financials, no shareholding change, nothing else.
Very clear. Thank you very much, Varinder, for that explanation.